What is the difference between import and direct mode? What is the difference between import and direct mode? Anybody? So in the case of import, the data get loaded locally, whereas in the case of direct code mode, the data will remain in the source system itself. Power BI will query the source system data whenever the user applies different types of filters, or whenever the data is queried, Power BI will query the source system SQL server directly. Okay. Okay. Next one is yeah, correct. Wrong. So what is composite mode? What is composite mode? What is composite mode? I explained you. It is an hybrid of, sorry, it's a combination of all type of source files. Okay. No, composite is not dual mode. Composite is the combination of everything except the live connection mode. Okay. The import and direct query mode, right? The combination of these things, plus you can combine all type of source data. Okay. It could be SQL Server, Oracle Server, it can be anything. That is what your composite mode. So which connectivity mode is faster, direct query or live? When you compare these two, the live is pretty faster. Okay. Next one is what is data profiling? We'll take a look at the data profiling. So in the case of Power Query Editor, we have an option to profile our data. So what exactly data profiling is all about? Anybody heard about this term? As I told you, if you want to create a report, obviously you need to have the data. Without data, you cannot do anything. Okay, having a data, let's say I have the data, that doesn't mean my report accuracy will be great, right? It will be good. For that, the data quality should be good. Whatever the data given to you, or whatever the data you gave it to me, what I should do is I need to profile the data to understand, do I have, can I see any error in the data, or, so how many missing values are there? Okay, if the missing values are too high in my given data set, let's say you have given me an Excel data and you had asked me to create a report or dashboard. What I do is, okay, good that I received the data. Next thing is what I do is I will do the data profiling. Okay, to understand much better about the quality of the data, what I have in my hand is good or not, right? So if the data, if let's say when I open the Excel file data in Power BI desktop, I could see a lot of missing values are there. In almost all the columns, I could see missing values here and there. But in total, I could see almost 40 to 45% missing values are there. So obviously that data is not helpful. I will come back and tell you, hey, the data, whatever you gave, a lot of missing values in it. And importantly, the key columns like units sold, or the business column, units sold, and sales or quantity, or units sold or price. These columns, I could see a lot of missing values. But the report which you had asked me need the KPIs like gross revenue, net revenue, gross margin, net margin, everything you've asked. But in order to display those KPIs, key performance indicators, in the dashboard or report, I need to have the complete data available in the given data set. But unfortunately, I can see a lot of missing values in the units sold, or the price, or quantity and all, right? So in that kind of situation, I will come back, I will ask you back again, give me the correct data. I cannot produce the report. If I do it, it will cause problem. Okay, and all right, so likewise, to understand any problem or to better understand the given data, we need to do the data profiling. Okay, so here we can, in Power BI desktop, we can get these kind of statistics for each column. Okay, for example, count 10. That means how many number of values are there in a column. Okay, how many number of records are in the given data set. And error 0. So can I see any error in this column? Nothing. Okay, how many empty values are there? So look here, in this case, the units sold column got highlighted. So 3 nulls are there, hence the empty is 3, right? Blank values. distinct 6 values. What is distinct? Distinct is kind of the unique values, but even in the case of duplicate value, it takes into account, see, along with the unique values, in case of any duplicate values, it will pick up only one value out of the duplicate value. So it's distinct, it says 6. You know why it is 6 here? So 10 is repeated more than once. In the case of distinct, though you have a duplicates, like a 10 appears more than one time, but you need to take into account of only one value out of the duplicate values. Okay, 10 is 1 and 15 2 and 12 is 13 because 12 also repeated more than once. And next one is null and 0, 5 and 6, right? 6 is another value. So overall 6 non missing, so sorry, 6 unique values are there. What is unique? Unique is in the case of unique, it does not take into account of the duplicate values. For example, 10 repeated more than once, simply discard this. And 15 is not repeated, so hence one value is there. And 12 is repeated, simply discard that, okay? And null is appearing more than once, hence it discard this one. And 10, 6, 0, 3, right? So, sorry, 10 is duplicated, right? So 6, 0, 15. These three values, we don't see any duplicate. Okay, hence it gives me 3 unique values are there here. And then not a number, we don't see any not a number here, 0. Okay, and 0 is 1. Look here, 0 appears only one time here. And what else? We have minimum value. So the minimum value is 0 and maximum value is 15 here. Okay, it gives me minimum, maximum, average of the units sold column, standard deviation, and so how many even values are there, how many odd values are there. Okay, so this is how you can get the statistics. These statistics will help you to understand quickly about the quality of the data values that are there in your columns. Each columns you can get the statistics. But here you might be wondering, sir, what am I going to do with the average? What is the, so but the moment when you see it here, average units sold was 9, right? Average units sold. And the variation is not much. So higher the standard deviation, that means too much of volatility, right? Sometimes I did not sell anything, 0 units, sometimes I sold more. It will help you to understand how volatile your data is. And minimum maximum is 15, right? So why minimum is 0, maximum is 15. With this, we can understand how come a unit sold column can have 0, right? There is something wrong with the data. Even though I don't have missing values in this place, right? In this in here, I don't have any missing values. But still, in the case of unit sold, 0 cannot come, right? There is something wrong here. So look here, with this, you can quickly understand data related issues. How come 0 came here? All right. And then you can point out to the data owner or application owner, or those gave you the data to create the report. You can highlight them. Hey, there is a 0 values there in it. So is that correct or not? What is the reason for this? The maximum is 15. Okay, 15 units somewhere, they bought it. And if the distance between the average and the maximum value is too high, that means you have some kind of skewness in your data set. There will be some kind of outlier. But 9 is somewhat closer to 15. It is okay. We don't see any outlier. And we don't see any error. Good. In order to create a report in Power BI Desktop, your data set should not have any error in it. You see, especially when you load the data, once you load the data into Power BI Desktop, it will get loaded, all the data will get loaded, but there are some cases it will cause some error, okay? It will generate some error, okay? So in that kind of situations, unless you fix that error or unless you exclude or filter those error, you cannot apply those data to your model, okay? So now what I will do is I will just go to the Power BI Desktop and I'll show you. So get data, click on get data. Okay, most of you have this issue, right? I'll just show you this, and before I proceed this, I'll just show you here. See, remember this, don't forget. See, sometimes, right, my mobile phone creates some problem. So due to some issues, right, I need to give it for something, or I'll be in travel, I'll be in office meetings. So in that kind of situation, you don't have to depend on me once you understand it clearly, okay? Look here, I just click on training in the deep neuron.in site, homepage. Okay, login. Sorry, I'm digressing from the topic, what I'm talking now. Look here, this is, let's say now this is your username, and then this is your password. You need to hit the login button, you know very well. And you need to scroll down. So what you do is, you will find your current batch video, okay, course here. So apart from these 4 courses, you will find another course, let's say, full stack, Power BI, December batch, okay. That you will find as of today, whatever I covered, you may find it there, everything. Now, apart from this, you have another video. This is previous batch video. I told you very clearly about this one. The full stack Power instructor it course, you can click on this. And then if you scroll down, you will find curriculum. And if you scroll down here, you will find the download resources. And hit this download resource link. And you will find a lot of things here. Forget about everything. Power BI, all data set. The last one, when you click on it, look here, it is opening main.zip. Okay. So yeah, I noticed that in the current batch, right, the same link is available, but when you click on it, it throws an error, 404, so the reason is that recently we migrated, see here and right, so we are keep making changes to our website, okay, and incorporate additional features. In that case, what will happen is, the developers, they might tend to um, forget the folder name, correct folder to change the correct folder. They might tend to forget it. So but this one will not change. Okay, the Power BI instructor led online course. You can click on it and download it. You will get everything. And apart from this, you will find all the entire courses video here. Let's say, you are not able to see yesterday's session or today's session. If you cannot see it tonight, don't worry. Whatever I taught you, you just scroll down here. So you have different modules. Power Query Editor. Today we are going to look at the Power Query Editor. What I discussed, the data profiling, is also part of the Power Query Editor. If you don't see the video tonight itself, or if you want to see the topic which I covered today itself, right? You can go and click on it here. Okay. Hence, if I don't upload today's video by chance, okay, that is not a showstopper. Still, you can go ahead and explore all that. So, okay. Yeah, Swarna, I understood. Swarna has some laptop problem. Kavya is yet to buy the laptop. She ordered the laptop. It takes some time. Any of you can simply watch and see. There are some students, I will tell you honestly, we did not record this one. See, I repeat once again. So here I have what I did. I just clicked on I just converted the quarter column and month column. Sorry, year column, right? Year column and quarter column. So we learned about how to extract year from the order date, how to extract quarter from the order date column. Simply go to the date add column. In the add column ribbon, you have date. If you go here and select the year, for example, you need to select this one and then date, and then you select the year and click on year, and year column will get created. Okay. Similarly, you can go and select month. When you select a month column, month value will get extracted from the order date column. See, this one got extracted from this one. Okay, for this, the source is this one. Okay. So we have extracted year, month, day name. So day name is obviously a text data type. Month is obviously the integer value. And year is also an integer value. But in our case, we want to combine the quarter with the year. Quarter with the year. Hence, I converted year and quarter explicitly as a text data type. Okay, text data type. And then what I did, I have And then I have used the ampersand sign, right? Ampersand sign to combine the quarter and year. And then with the quarter and year, right? So quarter and year. So if I use this up to this, right, what will happen? 3-2012. But each quarter, if I want to prefix with Q, I put additional thing here, double quote Q. And this one, guys, you try it out. So I will share the today's report file to your WhatsApp, download it. And I believe all of you are aware how to use WhatsApp in your browser. So what you do is you go to your Google Chrome, web.whatsapp.com, okay? And you press enter and it will ask your QR code. Use your WhatsApp and then you scan the QR code. It will get logged. It will take some time. It is always good if you know how to use the WhatsApp in the Chrome browser also, right? So that whatever I send it, you can download on your laptop itself from the WhatsApp browser, okay? So now you understood, right? That's the basic thing. And other things are like, for example, I have a column. Let me see if I have the data is available. You want to split a column, and also you can split a column, and you can merge the column values, something like that. How do I merge the column? For example, your manager says, right, you want to combine the state and city column together, okay? So what you do is you can click on the custom column. So he wants to have additional column in that column. So make sure that, right? So before you proceed to that, you are selecting the last step, okay? Okay, not the last step. One second, we'll just go here. Change type, okay, data type, and this is where we added the custom column. Okay, what we will do is now we can see this thing, and QQYY shows Q3 Q0. I just remove this one. This is not required. And here already we did this. Okay, now what it is? Make sure that you are at the last step. But in our case, what happened? This column name was displayed, right? Explicitly we tried. So now we have made the changes here itself. Look here, I just click on the wheel icon next to the step and it will take me back here, right? So whatever the things that I have customized it here, okay? No, what is that? Sri, I think you did not answer. So what I will do is, okay. So I will just remove this. If I don't have this one, what will happen? The quarter column here, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So 1 or listen, 3 hyphen 2023. What is 3? If you have Q prefixed with 3, people can understand, oh, Q3, right? So for that purpose, I just put Q3. Like I said, to combine a value of one column to another column, or if you want to combine a value with an existing column, you need to use double ampersand, right? But in between the double ampersand, you need to use the double quote, okay? And then you need to use it. I'm going to hit okay. Fine. Let's say your manager comes up with another requirement, okay? So what he says is, I want the state and city column to be displayed together, but don't disturb the existing state and city, okay? But make sure that we are going to have another new column wherein you combine these two column values, okay, together. So because it's painful for me to the state here and see the city here, there is something like that, okay? So click on the transform button, not the transform button, add column. So remember that, we are in the last step, right? So we are in the last. So for example, to check something event here, and then you forgot to click on the cursor at the end of the thing, right? And what will happen is if you add any new column, that will get inserted here. Make sure that once you don't see any bug, anything error, right? Click on the last step always. And then what you do is, not necessarily have to do it because it's the proper order, right? If you follow a proper sequence, that will be good. But once you once you become an experienced guy, you can insert the task anywhere in between, okay? At this moment, I'm going to click on add column ribbon, click on the custom column. This custom column dialog box got appeared now. Here what I do is state and state hyphen city. Or what I do is instead of hyphen, I simply put state space city. And if you see on the right side, right, available columns, you select the existing column state, and then you have the city. You want to combine these two columns. How do you combine these two columns? Select the city column. But if you put this on, will it work? If I click on OK, what will happen? Sorry, 1 second. So it's giving an error, right? So here, the last step added custom column one. I click on the wheel icon, state city. In between the state and city, to combine the values of these two columns, I'm going to use ampersand again. Double quote and ampersand. Okay. She says, why do you use double quote? Don't use double quote. Simply put double ampersand. Look here in the city column, right? Just beneath it, you can see the red line. So this is syntax, guys. Okay. After you put the double quote, so it will combine these two things. Okay. I'm going to hit OK now. Now you can see that the first one is the state, second one is the city, right? New South Wales, Wollongong. So here we need some space. Look here, New South Wales is the state and city is a Wollongong. So it got combined both. It is kind of confusing. Instead of going here and clicking on the wheel icon again, look here, instead of going back here and again do something like that, here itself we can do some changes. So you can click on it here, leave some space so that state and city will have a space between them. Look here, New South Wales space Wollongong. So Wollongong is the city name. And what you do is now you can drag this column in Power Query Editor, and then you can drop it closer to the city and state column so that you can verify it quickly. So the dragging and dropping the columns, that is possible. I think this is not possible in Excel. Yes, we have the state city. I just keep the cursor next to the state column, and then I'm going to drop it. So what will happen is the state and city will get inserted. The country will column will get shifted. It will not be overwritten. It will get shifted, followed by the state city. Okay, column. Okay, and now you can see the New York City and New York. Sorry, New York. Here the something wrong here, right? So New York. Okay, and New York City. Yeah, the state is New York and city is New York City, right? New South Wales. This is a state name, followed by that Wollongong. Yes, correct. Queensland and Brisbane. See, in this case, it is confused, right? The state name is New York and city name is also New York. So hence we got confused. The state name is New York, and then followed by that, leave one blank space here, New York City. Or if you want to have the space, right, between the, see, in this case, New York City. So this is fine. New York, the state, and this is city, fine. New South Wales, Wollongong. You might get a New South or Wales, Wollongong. We do not know, right? The best thing you can use some hyphen here. So here in this case, since I dragged and dropped the column here, so it got converted with this one. It is changing the data type again, okay? And say reordering the columns. Whenever it does the reordering the columns, right? It does all the things, okay? You try this step. So what I do is I'll just go to the step here, click on the wheel icon. So here I'm going to put some hyphen. Instead of a blank space, you give the hyphen, it will give you much better clarity. I'm going to click on the up arrow here. I don't want the follow. Look here, anything followed by the hyphen is nothing but your city. And then reordered columns. If you click on the reordered columns, step here, okay? And if you go back here, Look here, automatically it got reordered. You don't have to reorder it again. Okay, you don't have to drag and drop it again. So look here, hyphen. And if you want a space between, the state and city hyphen, right? You leave space there. Okay, for example, you can leave space here, click OK. Look here, New York, followed by a space, followed by the space, you have the hyphen, followed by the hyphen, you have the space. Okay. These are the simple thing, right? We just did some kind of customization, reordered column. If you click on it, whatever change you did it in that step, that will get reflected here. So these are the simple transformations, right? You should be aware. And next one is I removed. Look here, we have a lot of steps, right? So we have done a lot, but in the real world scenario, you will have more number of steps. Okay, it will be there. The advantage of these steps that are registered or recorded here, right, in sequence. Later point in time, if you realize you want to revert some changes, right? Click on the cross next to the step. For example, here I have deleted a column, and also later point in time you can verify in which step, in what sequence you did what transformation. Removed columns. Okay. When you click on the removed columns, you will get to know a row.id column I removed it, right? You can refer. And if you want this column back, you click on the cross sign next to the removed columns. So look here, are you sure you want to delete the step? Yes, delete. I want the row.id column back now. So initially I thought row.id is not required, but I want the column back again. You can do undo by clicking on the cross icon next to the step. Okay, these are the simple thing, right? Which we do it as part of data pre-processing. Okay, next what we'll do is I'll just click on the home ribbon as part of Power Query Editor itself. And here, let us explore, do we have any duplicate records are there in the data set? If I have any duplicate records, then I'm going to remove it. See, for example, if I click on keep rows here, okay, and here you will find keep duplicates. I'm going to click on keep duplicates. So, okay, let me do one thing. I'm going to cancel on it. I'll just click on the last step that I carried out, okay, and so that there should not be any confusion. And for example, now I go here and keep duplicates. It will show if I have any duplicate records in my data set. Look here, the row.id, the order ID ends with 124891, repeated 3 times, right? And here, and here. So what is the issue? What is wrong if I have the same record displayed more than one time? See, when you do sum of sales, right? What will happen is the same value will get added 3 times. And it will show you have 6,000 900 almost right, so yeah, almost 7,000 US dollar you made sales, right? Or it will show 7,000 US dollar, or let's you have for almost $5,000 you made more sales. Okay, actually because of duplicate record, the same record, it does the triple counting. It should, you should count only this value, but since the same record got repeated 2 more times, it will add these 2 values also along with this. Triple counting is happening. But in this case, you need to remove this duplicate record. How do I remove that? So for that, we have the remove rows option is available. See, remember that. So before you remove blank rows, look here, if you click on the remove rows, next to that, you have drop down. Here you have the remove blank rows. You can click on remove blank rows upfront, but you will not get to know how many blank rows are there, right? First, you check whether you have the blank values or not. It's something like before you spend money or before you want to go on a vacation, make sure that how much balance in your account, right? And then if you go to abroad, that is good. And without even checking the bank balance, and if you go to abroad, and let you know, flight ticket already someone booked, but you landed there, but you have zero balance. What will you do? How will you do it, right? Similarly, before you remove any blank records, make sure that you check. It's always a good practice. First, you check. Do you have any duplicate? Yes. And then what you do is, now I checked it. So I'm going to click on the cross next to the kept duplicates. Okay, because this step has only this many number of records. Here we have 5 records are there. See, we have 3 repeated values are there. What about the remaining values? So null is there, null is there. So null, null, null. We can see the second and third record have blank values in all the columns. Then why the hell should I have this one, right? So even this column also, this rows. See, we have a blank rows, and also we have this one. I want to remove the blank rows, and also I want to remove the duplicate records, but I want to keep one record here. Okay. So what I do is, this is for viewing purpose. Next, I make sure that next to the keep duplicates, I'm going to click on the crossover. Now I understood how much blank values are. Probably you can take the screenshot or select the value and put it in a notepad or something there to show it to your customer later point in time. Okay. Now I know very well. We have some blank rows. I'm going to click on the blank rows. Look here. Here it simply remove the blank records. Or other thing, what we will do is we will click on the cross with the remove blank rows. And what we will do is the additional step is you go to the transform ribbon, go and check before removing the duplicate records, how many number of records are made. 25,004 records. Please note it down. I'll ask you, okay? So 25,004, this is for viewing purpose. Hence, I'm going to click on this cross mark. I want to undo that. Okay. So this is the last step. So currently my cursor pointing is good. So now what I do is 25,004 records are there. So how many blank records we found? Sorry, the repeated values, 3 transactions, right? Forget about the blank values. Remove duplicates. If I remove the duplicate records, how much records we are going to be left with? So again, so I removed the duplicate records, remove duplicates, simply it removed it, but it is not showing which record removed it. Go to the transform and click on the count rows. Out of 25,004 records, now it removed 3 records. 25,001 is there. Okay, 25,001 is there. And okay, fine. So this step is not required. The count rows is for our purpose. Okay, fine. Next one is, I'm going to select this one. Remove blank rows. So we found 2 blank rows. Okay, we removed those 2 by clicking on the blank rows. So remove duplicates to remove the duplicates, remove blank rows for remove. After removing this, I'm going to click on the transform ribbon and I'm going to I'm going to hit the count rows. Out of 25,004 records, we are left with 25,001. Right? So we found 3 transactions repeated. But one transaction, we need to keep it, right? So 2 records needs to be removed. And we have 2 blank records. Right, so blank rows also got removed, right? So blank rows, it removed it. Okay, 2 blank rows. And one duplicate record removed, right? So, okay, let me just again do the check. So this one is for viewing purpose. I'm going to click on the cross and now let's go back here and check. Do we have any duplicates now? We don't see any duplicates. Okay, I'm going to click on the cross. So now what I do is remove duplicates. I'm going to click on it. And here, I just, one second. Reordered columns, right? So next to that, I'm going to sell, right? So where is the key duplicates? Reordered columns. After reordered column, just above, before removing the duplicates, how much duplicate records were there? We need to check it. So I just click on the drop down and duplicate. I just check it out here and insert the step. This is for our verification purpose. We'll just note down the order. So 124891, right? So what happens is out of 2004 records, I guess we have 2005 records. 1 second. Okay. So kept duplicates, this much are there, right? So 12489. You want to check, see, out of the three records, two records should get deleted, one record should be there, right? So we will check 32298 is there after removing the duplicate record. 32298. Remove duplicates. 32298 and null record. Yeah, it removed these two records. 32298 removed once. Null also it removed it once. And then removed blank rows. Okay, kept duplicates. I just removed it. 32298. Remember that. I'm going to delete that thing. This for our viewing purpose. Before removing the duplicates, 32298. Okay, remove duplicates. And after removing the duplicates, we can see the 32298 is there. And I'm going to unselect everything. 32298. 32298. How many times? See, look here, only one time is there. So it removes the duplicate, remove the duplicate, remaining two duplicate records related to 32298. Okay, fine. And removed blank rows. After removing the blank records, okay, it considered those two duplicate records, single record, okay? And blank rows also, it considers two, though have two records, one. So one blank rows, duplicate records put together, right? So it consists 1, 2 plus 1, 3, right? So 3 minus 2004 is how much? You have 25,001 record, okay? So let me just go and check here. We have still we have null values there. And still we have null values there, right? But the blank record, I'm going to check it again. Remove blank. After removing the blank rows, we will check. See here, there is nothing like keep blank rows. Probably we can suggest Microsoft to keep something like remove blank rows. Similarly, keep blank rows also, right? So in that way, it is helpful. So according to him, remove blank rows. We have two blank rows. Out of two blank rows, it keeps one blank row and remaining blank one row it removes. See, it considers one blank row as a valid record, right? So, but when I remove the blank row, still it remains, we have some blank values there. Look here, across the rows here. So to check that, now the add column, the profile is very much helpful here. So the view profile, column quality. If you see here, in almost all the column, you can see the empty is less than 1%, right? So with that, we can conclude that still we are left with one blank row here. So I want you to test this again. Why we are, having the blank row, we are left with one blank row. So then what is the purpose of remove blank rows, right? It should remove the blank rows, but it is not removing it. But it removes only one blank row. Or whether it is removing the blank row or is that removing only the duplicate records, right? So remove duplicates only, it did it. Remove blank. It might be confusing. What you do is you just practice it and let me know. So now what I do is, so I'm going to go here, the home ribbon, once again, and I just remove blank rows again. And then we can see that less than 1% is there, right? It has no effect in it. Okay, what we will do is to overcome this, I just go to the row.id and I'm going to unselect the null here. Okay. So wherever you have null value in the row dot ID, you exclude that value. Since I'm excluding null here, obviously row dot ID is common for all the other columns, right? Since I have a null here, I excluded that. Obviously, the null record will get removed from the other record. So look here, now empty 0%. Now the question is, so then what is the point in having remove blank rows? Blank rows. So, right. So I know the answer, but I want you to analyze and come back with your observation, right? So why it is not removing the blank rows, or is it removing it? Now it is fine. And now if I go back here, transform data, and I'm going to count. See guys, this is a very important step. 25,000. So we have 25,004 records were there in total, out of which we found, see, out of which, see, I'll just write it here. We have 25,004 records. In this, we have 3 duplicates, but we need to remove 2 duplicates, right? We need to keep one record, right? So if you remove all the 3, what will happen? If the one record, you are going to miss the transaction itself, right? Okay, and then we have 2 blank rows. In this case, what happens? Right, it should keep one record. It should keep one record because according to him, he is going to remove the duplicate. To remove, sorry, 2 blank rows, 2 blank rows, duplicate. What it does is, out of these 3 non-null value related record, this is a null value record, right? So 3 duplicate records for the non-null records, and null record, we have 2 duplicates. So it has to leave 1, right? So 1 and 1 is 2, but here 2 and 1, 3 records should get subtracted here, right? So 3 records should get subtracted here. 25,001 displayed correctly. Fine. So these things covered, including the blank value, covered when we did the remove duplicates. It removed 1 blank record because we have 2 blank records. When you perform this step, remove duplicates, after the 2 blank records, it remove one blank record. It retains 1 blank record. So after the 2, 1 will get removed. Out of the 3 duplicate non-null record, 2 records will get removed, and 1 record will remain. Here also 1 will go. So, but when I use the remove blank record, right, it should remove this one also. Okay, if that removes how much? 3 plus 1, 4, right? 4 records should get removed. 2001 should be there. But yeah, so 2004, 4 minus 3 is how much? 1, right? 1 only, but when I use remove blank records, but still we could see 2000, 25,000, right? And then it is not doing the, so what I did, I just explicitly unselected the blanks in the row ID dot column. So obviously the entire record got excluded, and then we are getting 25,000 records. Now the question is, what is the point in using remove blank records? You just check and let me know your observations. Okay, I'm going to remove this step because that step is not required. Yeah, here I filtered this. Look here, the filter icon, you can see it, right? This is nothing but you have applied the filter on the row.id. If you want to see that, you can click on the drop down and you can see that null got unselected. Okay, and if you scroll down, nothing else we did, right? Okay, cool. I'm going to say, but make sure that you have this out of the 3 duplicates, 1 record is still remains. Very good. Removed blank rows. One more time, you just see here what is happening in the removed. You can expand this one. Okay, so here it shows remove duplicates. Each not list is empty. Remove matching items. Field values underscore and this is empty string, comma null, right? So all the empty, because, okay, in the empty string as a null, right? It replaces the null. Remove duplicates. Okay, this is the one you just analyze and get back to me. Okay, what is your understanding? Okay, simple common sense. Okay, and if you cannot make it, let me know. I will explain it. Okay, don't worry. Okay, fine, guys. We have done this many number of steps. We just did simple. Okay, and all the thing. Next thing, what I do is I just go to the key pros. I click on the drop down here. Supposing, let's say your customer or manager gave you the data in Excel, you loaded it here, and that Excel has a lot of records in it. You just want to see the quality of the data, right? Each and everything you can see with the help of the profiling, but still to understand uh, the values in each column with the huge amount of data, it's a little bit, it'll take a longer time. What you do is keep top rows. Option is selected. Don't show me all the data. I just want to view only the top 10 records or top 100 records. Hit OK. Instead of displaying all the records, top 10 records. Sometimes, right, when you filter the data, and then if you look at the performance will be faster, the speed will be faster. And you can take a look at this sales column. We have some issue. Look here, the 10 record itself, we can sales column got assigned with text data type. Oh, something wrong here. And then scroll towards the right side, and the negative profit is there. And we have some in the quantity column, everything is cool. Okay, everything else is fine, but except the quantity column. Okay, so okay, top 10 rows. If you want to see it, you can see it. So I just viewed the top 10 records. Cool. Next one is I just I know I unselected that one, and next one is keep bottom rows. Now I just want to view the last 20 records. Click on OK. Instead of looking at each and every data, just look at the last 10. So first 10 records, I did not see any issue. Let me see the bottom. Look here, the postal code, we have missing values are there. NA is there. And also we can see, yeah, we don't see any issues with the sales value. That means maybe we have only one value that got mixed up with the ampersand, right? Sorry, the dollar. So bottom rows, bottom 10 rows or bottom n rows, top n rows, you can view it. I'm going to click on this step. I'm done with viewing this. Next one is I'm going to look at here the keep range of rows. Sometimes instead of viewing the top 10 rows and bottom 10 rows or top 100 rows, bottom 100 rows, I want to randomly view the records, keep range of rows. So what I do is in this case, I'll just move towards the left side, and here keep rows, keep range of rows. What I will do is I will select first row, let's third row. From the third row, I want to see remaining 7 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 8 records. So 253302 40936. Look here. If you want to select the range of based on some range, that is also possible. Okay. So keep range of rows, keep or top 10 rows you want to view it, or bottom 10 rows you want it, or top 100, bottom 100 alone you want to view it, you can view it. And keep, or I just want to select, I want to view only from the record number 1000 to 1100 records only I want to view it, because my customer told me the 1000th record to 1100 records, they made some changes. Okay. So in that case, you go and for that verification purpose, this will be helpful. Okay. And then keep duplicates. If you have any duplicates, you can click on it. We remove the duplicate records, and still you can check whether, yeah, now we are removed. We don't see any more duplicate records. And I'm going to click the cross because I have seen it. I have checked it, but this is for testing purpose. Okay. Once you tested it, whether you have duplicate records still existing with it, nothing. I'm going to click on this cross icon, and this to double check whether the duplicate records are there even after removing the duplicate cover, right? So for that purpose, we can check it out. And that's all, guys. Keep duplicates and keep blanks is not there, right? So it should be there. And keep errors. If you click on it, in case of any error record, it will show that. Okay. Sometimes due to oversight, you may have some errors in your data set. You may not be able to see it. Okay. So with that, quickly you can find out. So you may be arguing with me, right? So then what is the point in the status is error, right? Because in this case, we have 26 columns. If you have 75 columns, you need to scroll towards the right side and keep checking it, right? So the best thing, you can go here, click on keep rows, right? So just by selecting that option here, it will give you in an instance idea about you have any errors and which records you have errors in it quickly, okay? So I know very well, right? So error percentage with that we can find out, but likewise you need to keep scroll towards the right side, right? You may not have patience. So what you do is click on the keep row errors. You can see that once you checked it, you uncheck that one, okay? But here I did it everything fine. So we can see a lot of steps we carried out so far, okay? Each and every steps are getting logged here under the applied steps tab. Fine. And next one is the remove rows. And the same thing, remove the top 10 records. I just want to remove the top 100 records. I don't want the top 100 records because we have already loaded the top 100 records. That is available in my other report or data set. So I just wanted to remove the top rows. Okay. And remove bottom rows. Okay. And remove alternate rows. Okay, I want to work only the specific records. I don't want to use the entire data because my customer may say already we worked with the entire data, but customer, right, what they inform me now, hey, you take this new data, in this data, 1000 record, invoice number 1000 to 1100. We made some changes. You want to work only with that one. You can, you want to keep only that or remove only specific record. Remove anything above the 1000 records, right? You can use remove alternate rows. Okay, remove alternate rows, remove duplicates, remove blank row, remove errors, all the things we can do it. Okay, hope you understood what is keep errors. This is just for testing purpose. Once you checked it, for example, you have the duplicate records. If you want to say it, first you check it. And once you're done with it, click on the cross next to the keep duplicates. Okay, and but note it down how many duplicate records were there. And then we go to the keep row, remove rows, remove the duplicates. After removing the rows, duplicates, you just check with the record which you copied in your Excel file or the CSV file or notepad to cross verify. Okay, or the other simple way of doing is note down the number of total records in your data set before removing the duplicate records. And in the keep duplicates, you note down how many duplicate records are there, and then remove the duplicate records. And then if you subtract the duplicate records from your total number of records, right? So it will give you the if you subtract the duplicate records. So duplicate records, whatever you noted in keep duplicate, you subtract 1, right? For example, 3 duplicate records, 3 minus 1, 2. That you need to subtract from total number of records. Okay. So, but make sure that you are testing it thoroughly before doing any transformation. You note down the number of records, or keep the original column. Look here, I already have the order date column, but still you can duplicate that and then you try it out. But if you try with the original order date column itself, extracting the year month, it will replace the original order date value with the year itself or month itself. Instead, you duplicate this and then you extract year, month, day with this duplicate column, right? These are the things you need to remember it. Okay, do I still need order date copy? That's a good question. If you remove this, what will happen? See here, I have the year column, right? So ideally, see, like in Excel, if I select a specific column, in the formula bar, it displays, right? What formula that I used it here. So in this case, it's a duplicate something. And here, if I select it, it is not displaying the step that we carried out, right? So ideally, they display that one also helpful, right? Here, like in Excel, how they display the formula bar. Otherwise, you need to go here and check, right? Inserted here. If you go to the inserted here, order date copy column, I have used it to extract the year alone. But if I remove the order date column, what will happen? Order date copy column, if I remove it, what will happen? So this step will fail. Inserted year will fail, right? So for example, if I remove this column, if I remove this column here, it will cause problem. Rather, if you go down after you do all the things, and then if you go and remove the order date copy, will you get no, right? It's something like some people, right? They want get all favors from you. Until they get all the favors from you, they will not remove you from their life. Once they get all the favors, it's something like that, okay? So go to the bottom most thing, right? But if you remove, look here, inserted here, immediately followed by the inserted here, if you delete this, what will happen? Nothing will happen, but you cannot extract the month, right? Because the base column is not there here. So here, a day name, probably quarter. After extracting the quarter, you can do that step also, right? Because after extracting the quarter from this column, up to that, if this column exists, fine. You can do it followed by this one also. Okay, got it? So you can do it here also, or at the end also you can do it, okay? Or else you can just move this and put it, but don't do this. But if you move this, what will happen? It will, point to the previous record, okay? You need to remember all these things which I explained it to you, because in the real world scenario, you will not have time. Time is very, very critical. To load the data itself takes 4 hours, 5 hours. On top, to performing each and every steps, it will hang because huge volume of data. So if you understand everything now, you'll be, you'll be very smart. You can complete the task on time and you can walk out the office at the earlier. Otherwise, you go to office by, let's say reasonably 10:30 or 11 a.m. and you will stay there until 12 midnight. So remember that we are working with 25,000 records, a very, very small record. The real-time scenario, the volume is very, very huge. Please remember that. So hence, understanding the nitty-gritties of or the impact of each and every step is very much critical. This may sound insignificant or trivial, but still, guys, you will face a lot of issues. Okay, so now we did some basic transformation, right? So next one is as part of this itself, we have explored how to convert the date data type, so the text data type to date data type, how to extract the um, values from the existing column. And before we do that, what are the prerequisites or what are the steps, what are the considerations that we need to make? For example, order date, we copied it and then we extracted the year, month, date, all the things. What you do is without duplicating the order date column, you extract the year. What will happen is it will replace existing order date by year value itself. You just do all these kind of testing when I share this file to you, okay? But anyhow, this data file also I'll share it to you so that you don't have to waste time searching, downloading the zip file, unzipping the zip file from a website, right? And searching it. Today I will, billing me or not, I'll say share. So please trust me, I will share it, okay? Don't worry, okay? This report file and the data file also I will share it, okay? So, okay, guys, with this, I'm going to wrap up. Tomorrow, we will look at, how to shape the data. Okay, we'll see some more data transformations in the tomorrow session, and including the custom functions and column from examples, conditional columns, and custom function also we'll take a look at. Okay, and also we'll see how to reshape the data, pivoting, unpivoting, transpose, and on pivoting itself, different options are available. We'll explore that one also. And also we'll take a look at the different types of joints. Okay. Okay, with this, I'm going to wrap up. You have any questions so far?